Hi, everyone. It's Jess Behrens in NYC, and welcome to our Tuesday New Stylist Training. So thank yourself for investing a little bit of time to kick your business off right. And we are so happy to have you part of our team, and can't wait to help you start your business strong. So I am going to ask that anybody who just joined, please mute yourself just so it doesn't keep kicking over, please. So with that being said, I wanted to introduce myself for just a hot second. So again, my name's Jess. I live in New York. I've been a stylist with Stella Dot for, it will be 7 years in November. And I actually started out as an accountant. So this is my second life. Stella Dot is my second life. And it's something that I never thought I would continue for 7 years. And just so you know, if that's kind of like somewhere where you're starting from, know that most of us dive in without knowing what this is going to end up. And it turns into something really, really awesome. So like I said, I started with no business plan. I was like, okay, let's just see what happens. And just here I am now. I'm a director in New York with an amazing team. So for the next 20 minutes, I'm basically going to go through some top tips and a way for you to launch super strong. Two things that I love about our Style & Dot business is that our effort 100% matches your paycheck. I'm going to have Tiffany, can you just mute yourself really quick? It keeps like popping over. I don't know how to, oh, there we go. All right, there you go. Sorry, thanks. Okay, so number one, your effort 100% matches your paycheck. So you, as hard as you work, that is the type of money that you're gonna get. And number two, you are your own boss. You decide when you work, how much you work, if you work. So at the end of the day, this is your business your way. And we are here to help you hit whatever goals, however big, however small they may be. And we have 100 different types of stylists on our team. I love that no one is like a cookie cutter stylist, right? We come from small cities and big cities, all kinds of educations, all kinds of personalities, all kinds of backgrounds. We have teachers, we have lawyers, we have an airline stewardess that just joined last month. We have students, we have a stay-at-home mom. Literally any type of person can be a stylist. There's no demographic that fits into this business, and our business model is seriously made to work for everyone. So with that being said, two things that will 100% define your business. Number one, enthusiasm. You are excited. You just joined as a Stella Dot stylist. You need to let that ooze from every pore of your body. People are going to want to learn more about Stella Dot. They're going to want to join your team. They're going to want to buy from you because of how you talk about it and how you view this business. And that is 90% of the success with this. Do you love it? Are you sharing with anyone and everyone? And like, trust me, you will not be annoying. You will not be over the top. Our product is incredible. Our team culture is incredible. And the only way anyone is ever going to know about that is if you talk about it. People are used to complaining. I mean, this last 2 weeks in the news has been super depressing, whatever side you're on. And it's just so incredible to be able to talk to someone about something positive. So you may think you're coming from a place of annoyance or like in people's faces, but in all reality, people are wanting to share into something like this that is so positive and like an incredible jump for you. So that's number one, enthusiasm. So number two, it's all about resilience. Keep in mind, this is a total sales game, right? It's a numbers game. So for every 10 people that you ask to host a style session or become a new member of your team, one person will say yes. And it was funny, we just went to boot camp here in New York City, and it was funny because I never really thought about what that would sound like. So Danielle Redner, our amazing VP of training, was like, okay, here's what that sounds like. No, 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 no. Yes. And it was funny because I have been hearing no's a lot. I've been hearing yeses a lot. But when you think about, if you hear 9 no's before you hear 1 yes, it can be a little bit discouraging. But the thing is, again, it's not the right time for everybody. Everyone is not going to say yes to you. And the quicker you understand that, the more resilience you're going to have, and you're just going to keep going straight up with your business. You cannot take it personally. No's or non-responses are nothing against you. It is a speedy world out there, and people sometimes just have other things going on. So that's kind of how you need to take it. Let's see. For those of you who have never had a sales background, there is a huge learning curve with this business. Definitely learn as you go. You're going to trip over your words. It is okay. Cut yourself a break. It's not rocket science. You're meant to have fun with this. It's light. It's fun. It's shopping. Like at the end of the day, you are building a woman's wardrobe for her, and it is meant to be fun. And if you are stressing yourself out, you need to reel it back in a little bit and realize that the reason you joined this business is because you loved the woman who sponsored you, because she was light and fun and you loved the jewelry. So that is the mantra that you need to have going into this. And please remember, you are going to get better as you go. I always tell this story. My very first trunk show, we used to do paper order forms. It would have like the front copy that you were supposed to keep to put their order in later, and then their receipt. I gave everyone the top copy. So I had to, it was like a walk of shame. I had to like call everybody the next day being like, oh, I gave you the wrong copy of your receipt. Can I please have your credit card over the phone, please? Thank you. And guess what? I didn't die, and now I'm a director. Like it's totally fine to like mess it up and have it just be totally crazy. So with that all being said, where do you kick off? So quick start, first 30 days, jump start, first 60 days. Go gangbusters. Go hard or go home. Literally do as much as you can. This is the busiest time of the year. You guys are so lucky that you signed on when you did, because everyone is like raring to shop, whether it's holidays, whether it's because fall is here and everyone wants to revamp their wardrobe, whatever the reason, just go balls to the wall. Number one step, take out your calendar, and for your first 60 days, I want you to highlight your last day of your quick start, so the last 60 days. And then look back through that 60 days and highlight every single available date that you have. And whether that means an in-person style session, which is going to be the most bang for your buck, so do as many of those as possible in that first 60 days. But also look at like online style sessions, or maybe you have a lunch date available to get lunch with a friend and give her a personal like one-on-one style session. So think outside of the box, just not in that realm of trunk show as well. So once you have your dates figured out, next step is your who do you know list. So 4 different social circles, differ from person to person. We have an amazing little acronym, FRANK, which it goes through friends, relatives, acquaintances, neighbors, kids, and then it's like social media people, and then P is something else, professional contacts. So sit down, and for like 2 minutes, I want you guys to just pull out a piece of paper really quick and write Frank along the top. So FRANKSP. And then next to it, write, friends, relatives, acquaintances, neighbors, kids, social media, professional. And then for the next like 2 minutes, I want you guys to just write as many names as you can think of in those groupings. I do this every single month because you would be crazy surprised how many new people you meet every 30 days. So we're going to take 2 minutes, pull out a list, and get to listing. So 2 minutes starting now. I'm going to do it on my phone. All right, 30 more seconds. Okay. Okay, so whether you have like 3 names or 20 names because you're a genius and you can think of that many people in that little time, this is your best way to start off your business. And whether you're starting out, if you're like Tiffany and you started 2 weeks ago, or maybe you've been a stylist for a month, maybe you've been a stylist for 6 months, this is an amazing way to just restart your business. It's Q4. We're going to start killing it. So the only way to do that is to make a list of names of people that are potential stylists or potential hostesses and even potential stylists for your team.
Can I make a big shout out just right this second? Yeah. So you might have noticed that Ariel and Leslie just hopped on and they're a little bit late because Ariel was literally just signing Leslie up. Leslie, yeah!
Hello.
So Leslie, welcome to our team.
Welcome.
We're so excited.
Hi. I'm sorry. Okay, there we go. Okay, I can see you now.
And you're in the Hampton Roads area, right?
Yes, I'm in Norfolk.
In Norfolk. Awesome. We have some awesome girls on our team who are there, and we will get you plugged right in. So thrilled that you could hop right onto this call with us.
Yes, thanks.
Oh, Ariel, snaps.
Thank you. I'm so excited, and I will at some point be giving Parker a bath, so he'll make an appearance. But I'm listening. So thank you, Jess.
Sure, you mute your phone. I know how loud bath time can be. So.
I will.
Okay, so we have made our who do you know list to list all of our potential many stylists or potential hostesses. So next step is to also don't forget to list yourself. So if you have not had your own personal in-person launch trunk show, that needs to be number 1 on your list to do. I find that most people that have never heard of Stella Dot or any type of business with the same model, they don't really get it. And you're going to find yourself like saying too much or saying too little or saying like weird stuff or whatever, because you're trying to explain what a Stella Dot trunk show is. So the easiest way to do that, don't forget, is by hosting your own. And by doing that, you are going to not only be kicking off your business with your own personal sales, but you're going to be showing them what it is to actually show. Sorry, one second. I'm just going to mute a couple. Okay. Most importantly, for those of you who just joined, aka Leslie, like literally 5 seconds ago, you want to make sure that you launch your business with your own personal show in your first 2 weeks as a stylist. So that means look at your calendar, pick a date, make a list of 40 people that you want to invite and go for it, girl. Like you need some catalogs, maybe you need a couple pieces, but that's really it. You want to talk to your sponsor about how to drive your attendance. You can do that through email and Facebook and text, but that's something that you guys can definitely talk to your sponsor about. Or if you do need a third-party voice, I am absolutely here, and so is Charlotte. Don't forget that this business is meant to work around your schedule. You do not have to stress yourself out. You do not need to like lose sleep because you're, gonna hit your quick start. Like, what am I gonna do? We are here to help make sure that your business is fun in your way and you are having the best experience possible. So just kind of keep that in mind. Like when you're so excited and you want to like do a show every single night of the week, yeah, that's awesome. Like, please do that. But like rein it back a little bit and make sure that this business is flexible for a reason. Also, don't forget that you're doing something for your hostesses. So once you start talking to people about hosting their first trunk shows, come from a place that not, oh, would you please host a trunk show for me? Like they are not doing you a favor. You are doing them a favor by bringing them our amazing product, your amazing self, and the way to have a really fun girls' night, all while shopping and hanging out with her friends and having wine. You need to realize that they're getting free accessories, and all of the good things are because of you. They're not doing you a favor by hosting a trunk show for you. We can talk about words to say in a little bit if we have some time, but just remember, it's all about the way that you talk about it, and it really goes back to what I was talking about, having enthusiasm for this business. Make sure you pick out your samples. That's another very exciting part of becoming a stylist. And at the end of the day, we definitely want to make sure that you knock out your first 1,000 in sales in your first 30 days to make sure you hit your quick start. You get that bonus $200 in free accessories. So we are here to help you 100%. So most of us signed up because we love the product. And how do we get all the product for free? How do we do it? So obviously you'll get $100 for every 1,000 you sell in your quick start and jump start. You'll get a bonus 100 if you do sell that first 1,000 in your first 30 days. But wouldn't you love a bonus $800 shopping spree? I'm not going to say no. I would love an $800 shopping spree. So basically what that means is if you do your launch show and you bring along a buddy, which how could you not want to bring along a buddy to this amazing team? And both of you do a show in the same month, you will promote to associate stylist. So what that means is you're going to have a partner in crime, which is going to be so fun because doing this with a friend is so much more fun. You'll have somebody to bounce ideas off of. If they're local to you, you guys get to share jewelry. You can paste together and just kind of dive into this business together. You might think, I'm just starting. I don't even know what I'm doing. How the heck does she think that I'm going to bring along a buddy? This is crazy. So look like at the top of your Zoom right now. Like right now, these are all new stylists and sponsors. So you are not alone in this. The idea is we have a strong baller community of women that are here to make sure that you start off strong and your buddies start off strong. So don't be scared. Just bring in all the people because we are here to help you and we're here to make you super successful. We do a new stylist training every other Tuesday and we are here to answer all the questions and just help you get started off so super strong. So I talked about the who do you know list to make for your new potential hostesses. You also can make that list with who you think would be a great new stylist. Now, a tip of advice would be to go back through that who do you know list of potential hostesses and see if you think any of those people would want to be stylists. That's a great way to start. Think about if you have, obviously your sister, if I had a sister, I would love her to be a stylist, but my brother won't sign on. Best friend from work, roommate from college, sister-in-law, kind of think about anybody close that you would love to just talk to even more, but also think about women in your life that would love to be a part of an amazing, strong group of women. Maybe they work in finance and they work with all men and they need some more female love in their lives. Think about someone who maybe could use some extra money this holiday season. Think about someone who just really loves fashion and loves jewelry. Think about someone who really likes girls' nights and likes being with her friends and likes meeting new people. Those are all really great women to kind of think about when you're thinking about a potential stylist to have you join or to join with you. Don't write someone off. 90% of the women, or it's like 86% of women that are Stella Dot stylists have a full-time job with something else. So whether that be a full-time mom, whether that be a full-time doctor, everyone just isn't sitting around and we're like, oh, I want to be a stylist. So don't write someone off because you think they're too busy or this isn't for them. Like I said, keep the list going for potential hostesses, keep the list going of potential stylists in your phone, and it's just a great way to add on when you randomly think of someone. We all start with friends and family. That's the way it goes. That's how you start your business. That's how you kind of get started with all this. The idea is that is your jumping off point, and then your business evolves to customers, right? So you host your launch trunk show, you end up booking a trunk show with your best friend from work. She then hosts a trunk show and she invites 10 or 15 people that you've never met before because it's her friends from gym or her friends from college or whatever. So don't freak out that you're only talking to friends and family in the beginning. That is totally, totally normal. So with that being said, oh my gosh, what do we want to do? Do we want to do questions? We have an amazing guest speaker tonight. Melissa, do you want to?
Let's hear from Melissa first, and then she may, if anyone, hold your questions for now because maybe she'll answer them. You can hear me, right?
So Melissa, baller girl.
Hey.
Why did you decide to become a stylist?
Wow. So I got introduced to Stella Dot through Jess, and I think, is Jess on here?
Mhm.
I don't know. Yeah. So she actually she had a trunk show for my friend Megan, and Megan and I worked together, and so I fell in love with the stuff I bought. Then of course, I followed, I think, the typical pattern. I hosted, I wanted all the things but couldn't buy all the things, and then we had at the time, which was like the really great sign up special of the $200 for $500 worth of product. And I thought, okay, well, this is just a no brainer. And I'm going to keep buying things, so I might as well hop on and start selling. And my initial thoughts were, okay, I'm going to qualify. I want the 50% off of everything. And that's kind of why I started. I loved everything and I wanted all the things. And I kind of took advantage of the opportunity to earn them instead of spend all my money on them.
Awesome. So Melissa actually, I was just talking about that $800 shopping spree. Melissa actually promoted to associate stylist in her jumpstart.
Yeah.
So what made you decide to start sharing the stylist opportunity right from the beginning?
Yeah. So a little bit of my background. I'm a neonatal nurse practitioner. So I work in a group of about 40 women. And there's 10 to 15 of us present on a daily basis, and I started wearing everything. I hosted my own trunks show right away, and Jamie, who's I think listening right now but not able to talk right now, she loved everything. She's just like, oh my gosh, I love this, I love this, I love this, I love this. And she kept talking about all the things she wanted, and I was like, well, if you want all these things, why don't you just be a stylist? I mean, it just makes sense. And she was like, well, I was actually kind of thinking about it and wanted to talk to you about it. And I do feel like she kind of fell in my lap, and because I mean, we're so alike, and she wanted all the things too. And so she was interested. We started talking about it, and her and her husband kind of talked about it. And Jess really helped me kind of coach her. And, honestly, it was an easy transition. It wasn't as difficult as I thought it was. I think that when you promote it as, it's fun, it's a job, it's challenging. And like you said earlier, you get out of it what you put into it. But if you want to just put in a little and just, host 1-2 trunk shows a month, make the money, get your 50% off, get all the free fun stuff, you can do that. You can make it whatever you want. So it doesn't have to be a stressful job or a stressful thing. And that, I think, is a big selling point for people. It's whatever you want it to be.
Totally. And even though you said that you think Jamie fell in your lap as your first stylist, I honestly think, because I can hear how much fun you have with this business, I think that's the thing I want to bring the light on. Like you are having a great time.
Mm-hmm.
You are an amazing stylist. You're asking people if they want to host. You're hosting your launch show. And then you asked her if she wanted to become a stylist. You read the signs and you saw that she loved everything like you did. And
yes.
If you had never asked, she wouldn't have never known that she could even be a stylist.
Right.
So yes, she fell in your lap, but give yourself some kudos that you had the billboard of you want to do what I do.
Yes, I think that's the biggest thing, is that make it fun. I mean, it is fun, right? This is awesome. You get to share fun style. You get to, if you want to make it, charitable or, rewarding in other ways, you can. You get to earn things for yourself. And like I was saying, it became more fun in the beginning for me to get things for my friends when I started doing all my friends' trunk shows than it was to get the free stuff for myself. I'm like, I love the free stuff, but oh my gosh, I just got, Abby all this $300 worth of free jewelry. And it was just fun. I couldn't wait to get people to the next level. And when you share that enthusiasm along with the rewards that you get for being a stylist, I think it becomes a no-brainer for people to want to do it and to join in.
Totally. Wow. Thank you, Melissa. Anything else you want to share with our new stylists? Maybe your top tip from what you remember?
Yeah, I think that hosting your own trunk show at the very beginning is such a big deal. And, I did mine Jamie did hers in person. I think we had similar results probably. Maybe that's a bit of an anomaly. I have to confess, I haven't done it in person yet, and that's just crazy. I have one coming up this month, but I have friends that are kind of spread out all over the place, and I think because I'm a transplant and my friends have moved away, that's just how we've done it. But I would say get the in-person and do your own trunk show right away. It generates not only sales for you, but interest in booking other people for shows, potentially people becoming stylists, and do it right away. I did lots of Facebook Lives right away as well. I did lots of unboxing every time I got something, Facebook Live, show it off. Have fun with it. I was trying stuff on. I would, it just make it fun. Make it fun.
And you know what? Even though you haven't done an in-person yet, that's why this business is so great, because it's flexible totally to what works with your schedule and what works with your situation right now. The fact that you have done as well as you have and you've only done online, I can't even wait to see how your in-person goes, because you're
excited.
So thanks, Melissa. Do any of our new stylists that are on the line, well, number one, Charlotte, do you have anything you want to add before we open it to questions?
Thank you, Melissa. That was so awesome. And for those of you, so we didn't say, Melissa joined in June, and she earned that $800 shopping spree, promotion bonus. She's an associate stylist. But then in addition to that, I think you earned around $400 in other product credit on top of the $800 for your sales. And that doesn't even include the actual cash money she earned. So that's amazing. And I was just going to add too, I think even though you're saying you've shared online, you've done such a good job at replicating an in-person experience in the online forum as much as you possibly could with the Facebook Lives. And your enthusiasm is so contagious. I'm not surprised that resonated really well with your friends. So that's amazing. And I also wanted to shout out to Tiffany. Congrats on getting your first sales. I saw that on the board. So that's awesome. Yeah, that's all that I have to add. I would love to take the rest of the time to answer any questions that people have.
And no pressure. If you can't think of questions right away, that's no big deal. We are here. You can post later on Facebook. You can message me. You can message Charlotte. You can message everyone. So no pressure. But you do have another 5 minutes. So you might as well utilize it.
I have a quick question.
Yes.
Hi.
By the way, oh my God.
Thank you. And also, Leslie, I'm so excited for you. I just want to say that again. So my question is pertaining to a neighbor that I have who is interested in hosting during the week. But she is struggling right now to come up with her who do you know list, because she doesn't have, her husband is their provider, so she stays at home, and her family is out of state. So maybe Melissa can kind of talk to this too, but she's trying to come up with her list of people to invite to her trunk show that we're going to do in November. and she's really not sure right now, other than like neighbors, who to, invite. So kind of looking for some advice.
So that is a great place to start. Neighbors, kind of go back to that frank list that we were talking about. So obviously, if she is a stay-at-home mom, the professional, P won't pertain to her, and the family is out of state. But mom network, being someone who had a baby very recently, that's something that I did not realize is such a so really encourage her.
Yes, that she stays at home, but she's not a mom. She just.
Oh, okay, sorry. I assumed that's when you said.
No, sorry. I didn't really know like what to refer that to, but her husband supports them, so she just supports.
Yeah. I mean, does she have friends?
Yeah,
I'm confused.
I know. As like,
does she volunteer anywhere, or
like, does she work out somewhere? Does she go to a church? Does her husband have coworkers
that have?
Yeah, so I'm like dig a little bit more. I don't think she's connected to a church or a gym. So I'm like trying to pry, but I don't want to get like, it seems like their life maybe is a little more private. Her husband works for the government, so they move. So I don't like how to like kind
maybe you could just ask her like, okay, like walk me through your week. Like, what do you do in a typical week?
Okay.
And then like, cause maybe she's just like overlooking, because sometimes I've noticed before, like a hostess will say like, oh yeah, I want to like do a trunk show with my book club. And then they sort of get tunnel vision on like one social circle. And I'm like, how about we just don't invite only your book club? What about like the other like circles of friends that you're involved with? So maybe she's getting tunnel vision on like, I'm going to do a trunk show with the neighbors, and is just sort of forgetting like other people she knows.
Yeah, I'll definitely like I guess she's more like of a private person, so I want to do it in like a weird way, but walk me through your week, I think is a good way to kind of open that up.
And don't forget that you can also run something online for her as well. So
yeah.
So yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
That's a really good question.
So I have a question, even though I'm not the new person here. I was kind of wondering, my trunk shows so far have been pretty much limited to friends and coworkers. And so what are your best tips for breaking out of your social circle? So even into the people that like, not just acquaintances or, the frank thing, but like, how do you get people that you don't even know, that you've had no prior contact with? Like, what are your steps to get to those people, to get them to book shows?
So the easiest way is, so think about the people that have hosted for you online right now. 100% there is someone in there that ordered from you that you don't know. So I would target them. And they bought because they love the product, and most likely they would love a shopping spree that you could give them. So I would start with people that you didn't know that ordered through your online trunk shows. From there, that's going to be the fastest way to do that. I also am a proponent of pop-ups, but they are time consuming. So if it's something where, let's say that you, for instance, go to Pure Barre, I would pick a space that you go to often that you can talk with them about popping up there. So a Pure Barre, a boutique that you love in town, a place to meet random people, but know that it will be high hours, like 3 or 4 hours. You may get sales, you may not, and you would highly focus on booking with those people that you would meet at that space.
I do think that acquaintances though are like solid gold. Like acquaintances are really going to be your biggest builder, because like if you think about it, your close friends and your family, and not as much coworkers, but some, like you have more social connections in common with those people already. Like that's why they're your close friend. That's why they're your family. So you already know a lot of the people that they know. But if you think about it, someone who's your acquaintance, you don't know they're close friends because they're not your close friend. So that can really help you get into different social groups. But even if you think about it, like exactly what Jess was just saying. So like if you've done a trunk show with a coworker, like if your coworker's cousin shopped with you, like what if she hosted? She has a whole different group of coworkers. Maybe she'd still invite her cousin that you work with, but everybody else would be new. And I find that that's actually, pop-ups are great, but if you have somewhat of an in with somebody, if you're at least an acquaintance, it's at least the hostess is like vouching for you that you're like a legit person versus people just passing by you at a pop-up. It may or may not be as quality of a interaction, especially if you're like trying to be really efficient with your time. But that's a really good question too.
Perfect. Thank you. I appreciate that.
All right. Well, we have like 1 more minute.
This is also the time of year too when like a lot of like schools and neighborhoods and churches have like vendor fairs and stuff for the holiday season. So, sometimes you do have to pay to do something like that. Like my rule of thumb is like never pay more than $50. But, if your kid's school is having like a holiday festival, that can be a great way. Because again, you might not know all the other parents or something, but like you have something in common with the group, and it's a good way to like get in front of people that you might not otherwise have the opportunity to.
All right, guys, this is the last call. Any other questions you would like us to answer right this minute? All right. Well, thank you everybody for joining tonight. Like I said, if you do have questions, which I'm sure you will, please talk to your sponsor, talk to me, talk to Charlotte, post on our Facebook page. We're so excited to have you, and we can't wait to kick butt with you in Q4, and that's it. So with that, have a great Tuesday night, and we will see you on Facebook later.
Book your lunch.
Book your lunch.